The grid failed 3 days ago. The thermostat on your wall is no longer a control panel. It's a tombstone reading 40 degrees and dropping. You can see your breath in the living room. And the silence of the house is heavier than the cold. You think the danger is freezing solid like a cartoon character, but that's not how it happens. The cold doesn't just freeze you, it confuses you. It whispers that you're tired. It convinces you that lying down is the best idea, and then you never wake up. The reality of thermal dynamics is that the universe wants you to be the same temperature as deep space. Your body is fighting a losing war to stay at 98.6. We are going to cheat that war using trash physics. The biology of your own shivering metabolism. Most people die in the cold because they try to heat the world instead of heating themselves. Stare at a dead furnace and panic, or they start a massive fire in the fireplace and wonder why they're still freezing. The brutal truth about heat transfer: heat leaves your body in 4 ways. Conduction is when you sit on a cold floor. The concrete sucks the heat out of your blood like a vampire. Convection is the wind stripping away the warm air layer next to your skin. Radiation is your body glowing with infrared heat that drifts uselessly into the corners of the room. Evaporation is your sweat turning into ice water. To survive, you have to block all 4 exits. If you leave one door open, the cold will walk right in and stop your heart. Talk about your house right now. It's not a shelter. It's a sieve. Modern homes are designed to be heated by massive energy inputs. Without that energy, your house is just a pile of wood and drywall with 1,000 tiny holes. The biggest mistake people make is trying to live in the whole house. You can't do it. Your body puts out about 100 watts of heat, roughly the same as a single old-school light bulb. Try heating a 2-story colonial with 1 light bulb. You need to shrink your world. 1 room, ideally small interior with low ceilings. This is now your entire universe. But even a room is too big. You need to build a microclimate. Is where the childhood instinct to build a blanket fort actually becomes a life-saving engineering project. You are going to build a room inside the room. Take a mattress off the bed, put it on the floor, not directly on the floor, but on top of a layer of cardboard rugs or clothes. Remember conduction. The ground is infinite. It will take all your heat, give nothing back. You need a thermal break. Then create a canopy. Use duct tape, thumbtacks, or propped up furniture to hang blankets over the mattress, creating a tent. The goal is to reduce the volume of air your body has to heat. Inside that fort, your 100 watts of body heat can actually raise the temperature by 10 or 15 degrees. Outside the fort, the house is dying. Inside the fort, you are keeping the engine running. Now let's look at what you're wearing. A saying in the survival community that cotton kills, and it sounds dramatic, but it's chemically accurate. Cotton fibers are hydrophilic. They love water. They absorb 27 times their weight in liquid, lose almost all their insulating value when wet. If you sweat in a cotton t-shirt, that shirt becomes a cold compress strapped to your vital organs, sucks heat away from your body 25 times faster than air. Strip the cotton. If you have wool, wear it. Wool is magic. It stays warm even when wet, because the fibers have a crimp that traps air pockets regardless of moisture. If you don't have wool, use synthetics, polyester, fleece, nylon, anything plastic-based. But what if you don't have fancy gear? What if you're just a guy in jeans and a t-shirt? When the power cuts, you use trash, the greatest insulator available to the desperate human. Crumpled newspaper or dry leaves. It's the homeless survival tactic for a reason. You stuff your clothes with crumpled paper. It looks stupid. You look like a scarecrow, but those crumpled balls of paper create dead air space. Dead air is the insulator. The material just holds the air in place. You have nothing else. Wrap your torso in bubble wrap. It's literally trapped air in plastic. It's ugly, it's noisy, and it will keep you alive. When your neighbors are turning blue, there is a myth that you need to be warm to survive. That's false. You just need to be not cold. There is a difference. If you are sweating, you are dying. Sweat is your body's air conditioning system. Survival situation where you can't get dry sweat is a death sentence. If you are doing work, moving furniture, chopping wood, you start to feel warm, you must strip layers immediately. It feels counterintuitive. You're scared of the cold, so you want to keep the jacket on. If you soak that base layer in sweat the moment you stop moving, convection will turn that moisture into a refrigeration unit against your skin. Stay cool to stay warm. Manage your moisture like it's your blood supply. Let's talk about the fireplace. It feels romantic. It feels primal. It's mostly a trap. An open masonry fireplace is an energy-negative device. It sucks massive amounts of air from the room to feed the fire. And that air has to be replaced. Where does the replacement air come from? It gets pulled in through the cracks in your windows and doors. So, while your face is roasting, the fire is literally vacuuming freezing cold air into the rest of the house. You are heating 3 square feet and freezing the other 2,000. Unless you have a sealed wood stove, use the fire for morale or cooking, not for heating the air. Heat rocks, put stones near the fire, not in it, or they might explode. Get them hot, wrap them in towels, and bring them into your blanket fort. Conductive heat is more efficient than heating the air. Hug the rock, bead the lizard. Food is fuel. I don't mean that metaphorically. I mean your metabolism is a furnace that burns carbon. If you stop feeding the furnace, the fire goes out. But not all fuel is equal. You don't need salad. You need fat. Fat contains 9 calories per gram, compared to 4 for carbs or protein. Digestion creates heat. This is called the thermic effect of food before you go to sleep. Eat a stick of butter. Eat a spoonful of peanut butter. Drink olive oil if you have to. That slow burning fat will keep your core temperature up through the night. And drink water. Dehydration thickens your blood. Thick blood is sludge. Sludge doesn't circulate well to your fingers and toes. If your blood can't reach your extremities, frostbite sets in. You need to be a well-oiled, hydrated fat burning machine. Now we have to address the alcohol myth. This is the one that kills people with a smile on their face. You see the cartoons with the Saint Bernard dog bringing a barrel. Brandy to the frozen traveler. That dog is an assassin. Alcohol is a vasodilator. It causes the blood vessels near your skin to open up, brings a rush of warm blood to the surface, and you feel a sudden wave of heat. It feels amazing. It feels like relief, but it's a lie. Heat is leaving your core where your heart and lungs are, and rushing to your skin where the cold air steals it instantly. You are literally venting your engine heat to the outside. Your internal temperature plummets, but your skin feels warm. So you don't panic, you just drift off. Do not drink, stay angry, stay sober, and stay cold. Let's talk about the car. When the house gets too cold, the instinct is to go to the car, turn on the engine, and blast the heater. This works until it doesn't. A car is a metal box with zero insulation. Soon as the gas runs out, it becomes a refrigerator. But the real danger is carbon monoxide. If snow blocks the tailpipe, the wind blows the wrong way, or if there's a rust hole in the muffler, the car fills with odorless gas. You fall asleep warm and you never wake up. It happens every single blizzard. If you must use the car, run it for 10 minutes to heat up, crack the window for air, and then shut it off. Do not sleep with the engine running. You are trusting a mechanical system that is under stress, and trust gets you killed. You need to understand the stages of hypothermia so you can recognize them in yourself and your family. You get irritable, you drop things. If you see someone stop shivering and start acting drunk, you have minutes to act. You need to get them external heat immediately. Strip them down, strip yourself down, and get in a sleeping bag together. Skin to skin contact. It's not awkward, it's thermal transfer. You are the battery, they are the dead phone. The final stage of freezing to death involves a horrific psychological glitch called paradoxical undressing. It happens right before the end. The muscles in your blood vessels that have been clamped shut to keep heat in your core suddenly fail. They become exhausted and release. A massive surge of hot blood rushes from your core to your frozen skin. The dying person suddenly feels incredibly unbearably hot. They think they are burning up. They start tearing off their clothes. They rip off their jacket, their hat, their boots. They are found dead in the snow half, naked with a smile on their face. If you ever in a freezing environment suddenly feel a wave of intense heat, a desire to strip, you must scream at yourself to stop. That is the brain stem lying to you. That is the end. Survival isn't about being comfortable. You are going to be miserable. You are going to be bored. You are going to smell bad because you haven't showered and you're wrapped in 3 layers of dirty laundry. But comfort is a luxury for people with electricity. Your job is to maintain 98.6 degrees. That's it. You don't need to heat the kitchen. You don't need to look cool. You need to insulate your core, hydrate your blood, fuel your metabolism, and build a nest that traps every single watt of heat your body produces. The cold is a patient predator. It doesn't attack, it waits. It waits for you to make a mistake. It waits for you to fall asleep in wet socks. It waits for you to drink that whiskey. It waits for you to leave the door open. Don't give it an inch, build your fort. Eat your butter, hug your rocks. Remember that the only heat source you can truly rely on is the fire burning inside your own chest. Keep it fed, keep it dry, and keep it trapped inside your layers. The sun will come up eventually. You just have to be alive to see it.